One.
Okay, today we're going to review a beer from the world-famous Founders Brewery in Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the Founders Porter, as a matter of fact. Founders, of course, as I just said, one of the most famous breweries in the United States. Actually, I think it was ranked number 4 overall on ratebeer.com. Number 5 is Bell's Brewery, which is also a Michigan-based brewery as well. So a bit of a beer renaissance going on right now in Michigan. Now, as I said, this style of beer is a porter, which has its roots in England, London as a matter of fact, and was very popular among the transportation workers around the Industrial Revolution age. Therefore, the name of the beer is porter, believe it or not. Just found that out a little while ago. What it is, how it started was it's a mixture of 3 different styles of beer. An old ale, and then there was a brown ale, and then there was kind of a light kind of colored ale. And they mixed these styles together and they came out with a very dark beer called a porter. It's actually one of the most complex styles of beer there are, and a lot of people will say it's one of the most drinkable styles in that the alcohol by volume isn't too high and neither is it too low. It usually ranges from about 5 to about 7%. This particular beer is 6.5% alcohol by volume, so you can have a couple of these and you're pretty good for the most part. So this is Founders Porter. I'll open it up. Kind of an interesting choice that I chose this to start reviewing Founders beers with, but it is highly rated. I did look at the ratings. I've never had this style of beer before. Founders, of course, their legendary beers are the breakfast stouts. They have a Founders breakfast stout and also a Canadian breakfast stout, which is consistently one of the highest rated beers in the world, as well as their Kentucky breakfast stout. This is not a stout, this is a porter, so let me pour it in here. And since it is a working class beer, started by workers in England, I'm using a working class beer vessel, just an ordinary beer mug. So I'll just pour it in, and I'm sure it's going to be dark, very dark. I'd be surprised if it was light color, it wouldn't be a porter that way. And as you can see, it pours a almost chocolatey looking head to it. Very chocolatey looking, almost looks like chocolate milk in a way. It's a very healthy head, and it should dissipate in a little bit, so let me smell test. Very malty, very chocolatey. So I would assume that this beer, when I'm tasting it, I'm going to taste a very chocolate heavy beer. I don't smell coffee. I don't smell any coffee. I know a lot of porters are very coffee consistent. This one, however, I don't smell it. Now that could change in the taste test. Sometimes your sense of smell kind of doesn't match up with your sense of taste every once in a while. So I'll just sample Founders Porter. Wow. This is a very drinkable beer. Almost desserty. The aftertaste, there is a bit of an aftertaste that I'm more familiar with, almost Brooklyn Black Chocolate Stout kind of tastes like. So it's very chocolatey. It is a very full beer. I'm not getting an alcohol kind of vibe from it, so very drinkable. I would say Founders Porter, I'd give a 9 out of 10.